Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe,
Welcome.
Hare Krishna, Hare Bol. Subi says hi
Hare
too.
Radhe Radhe. It's not even showing yet.
Shri Radha Vino Bihari Ju ki jai.
Jai.
Prem Purushottam Shashinandan Gaura Hari ki jai.
Jai.
Shri Radha Raman Sarakar ki
Jai.
jai. Shri Gurudev ki jai.
Jai.
Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Gaura Bhakta Vrind ki jai.
It's the wire.
Page 1, Mangalacharya. Vandeham Shri Guru Srika Gurudev Shri Guru Vaisnava Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanditam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Shakham Vipanscha Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnanam Dhammashalakaya Chakshurumilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Namine Shri Krishna Leela Katane Sudaksham Avaryamadhurya Gunashcha Yuktam Param Varenyam Purusham Mahantam Narayanam Tam Shirasa Namami Tridandinam Bhakta Shiromanincha Shri Krishna Pada Jagataika Hindi Chaitanya Leelamrita Sarasar Narayanam Tam Satatam Prapadye Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitya Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshakarine Namo Vishnupadaya Gaurapreshthaya Bhutale Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyano Keshava Iti Namine Ativartya Charitrayo Svashritanushapaline Jivanukhe Sadartaya Shri Nama Premadayine Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine Shri Varshabharavi Devi Naikaya Kripabhaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnano Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jvala Premadhya Shri Rupanga Bhaktira Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostate Shakti Swarupaya Rupanugavarayate Gauravirbhava Bhumistam Nirdeshta Sajanapriya Vaishnava Sarvabhuma Shri Jagannathaya Te Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratrishe Namaha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jayatam Surato Pangva Mama Mandamate Gati Matsarvasvaparam Vojo Radha Madana Mohana Divyan Vrindaranya Kalpadrumada Srimad Ratnagara Sinhasanastho Shri Shri Radha Srila Govinda Deva Prishtharibhi Sevyamanusmarami Shrimandra Sarasarambhi Vamshivatatastitaha Kalshankenusvarar Gopir Gopinatha Shristunaha Vrindaye Tulasi Devya Priyaye Keshavasya cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavatyai Namo Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupasvarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhaktashaktikam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Cheto Darpanamarjanam Bhavamahadavagni Nirvapanam Shreyakairva Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadhu Jivanam Anandam Budivardhanam Pratipadam Purnamrita Ashvadanam Sarvatmasapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Hare Nam Hare Nam Hare Nam Eva Kevalam Kalo Nastyeva 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 Gatiranyata Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Gurudev Kripa Karke,
Page
page
360 in this book
starts with Gurudev Kripa Karke.
and it's not in the Gaudiya Kirtan app.
Maybe somebody can post it, otherwise listen with your heart and your ears.
Oh, that's a good idea. Next time we should just have it copied from you.
Nandu suggested that we just post it when we...
What? Can I have the book real quick?
Oh, you can take a photo of it?
Oh,
360.
Subi's gonna take a picture of the book and maybe that will work.
Can you comment on it?
Try and do it.
It doesn't look like we can add a
So-
picture.
I can take a picture. Oh, to the comments. I just wanted to share with you something special about this bhajan. I know in the newer songbooks they have not included it. Actually, it's in the songbook, but it's not in the Gaudiya Kirtan app. And one of the reasons for that, from what I've heard, is because it's not composed by one of our acharyas. However, this bhajan is very dear to our Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaja. You want to tell it? So many years ago, we were in Bath, England, and we went to see our Gurudev. At that time, he was engaged in big meetings with big people. And they said, oh, he's busy, he's engaged in big meetings. And Sudevi asked, well, can we just go inside and do kirtan? So they said, that's fine. So I think it was 5 or 6 of us. We were downstairs in the living room, and Gurudev was upstairs with so many prominent personalities. And at that time, we were doing kirtan. We were going to sing Gurudev Kripa Karke Mujhko Apna Lena. Sudevi told all of us, let's sing it so loud, with such intention, to Gurudev that he will have to come down. So instead of sitting looking at our songbooks and being part of a little kirtan group, we were looking up to where Gurudev was upstairs and singing at the top of our voice. Looking up at the ceiling, but knowing he was just above. So as we were singing this bhajan, Gurudev Kripa Karke Mujhko Apna Lena, suddenly off to the side, we noticed Gurudev was coming downstairs by himself. He was in his 80s at the time, and usually he would hold on to the shoulder of Madhav Maharaj or Brajanath Prabhu, but this time he was coming down by himself, holding on to the railing of the staircase with 2 hands, looking at us with eyes wide open, doing 1 step at a time, coming downstairs. And he came and he sat down with all of us. He sat on the chair as we continued to sing this bhajan. And afterward, he asked one devotee, do you know the meaning of this bhajan? And I had just made an English rendition of it. Gurudev, be merciful to me. Gurudev, please accept me as your own. So we were kind of singing it like that. And this devotee, she closed her book and she said, Gurudev, please be merciful to me. Please accept me as your own. I have taken shelter of you, so please give me the shade of your lotus feet. Gurudev was like, whoa, he was very impressed. And then he looked at Sudevi and some of the ladies who were there, and he said, you should sing in your own gender, because it has dasa hum, akela hum. So he said, make it personal. For the ladies, they should say dasi hum, akeli hum, like that. And then he sat with us for quite some time. Brajanath Prabhu came downstairs with a microphone. And Gurudev said, oh, nothing is happening here. Go back to your big meetings. Gurudev wanted to be with us. And after some time of being with us, Gurudev stood up to leave. And Sudevi said, oh, Gurudev, thank you so much for coming down. Gurudev said, I had to. You called me. So with this bhajan, we personally experienced, with singing this bhajan with intention, it had the power to call Gurudev to actually descend and sit with us and communicate with us and instruct us. And so for us it's very, very powerful, very potent. It may have not been written by any of our Vaishnava acharyas, but anyhow,
But it was written by a disciple.
it was written by one of his disciples with affection, and we witnessed that it had the power to call him. And so as his disciples, we take shelter of anything which has the power to call Gurudev to please manifest, to be with us, to enter our hearts, to instruct us, to give us mercy. So now, were you able to share? We're going to sing Gurudev Kripa Karke. If you don't have the app, you can go very quickly to kksongs.org, and there you will find every bhajan. Can we leave some? Thakura Vaisnavapada, page 38. Thakura, Thakura, Vaisnava Pada.
I'm sorry, what page?
38.
So it starts with Thakura, Thakura. I was busy.
Thakura Vaisnava Pada, Avaniya Susampada. Thakura Vaisnava Pada,
Avaniya
Jiva Pavana?
Yeah, you put the birthday proof up in the
Oh.
Oh, thank you, Jiva Pavana Prabhu.
Thank you. That would be easier if one of you could post it, because we have mridangas and kartals and harmoniums.
And the translation.
Can you do that? Parama Karuna. Nala. Nitai Gora Chandra.
What page is it?
Page 84. Parama Karuna. Ahu Dui Jana. Nitai Gora Chandra.
I don't know if I remember how to. I don't remember. Do you play instruments to it? Okay.
Can you do a little higher? It's not too low. Parama Karuna.
Parama Karuna, P-A-R-A-M-A. Parama Karuna.
With a K.
I think you should do it.
Parama
You do it.
Parama Karuna Pahudujana Nitai Gaura Chandra Parama Karuna Pahudujana Nitai Gaura Parama Karuna Pahudujana Nitai Gaura Chandra Parama Srila Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande.
So soon? Okay. What page?
343.
Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Starts with Krishna. Got it? Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande.
Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Didi, can you plug this into that? Well, the whole thing is not. It's not. Is it working? It's working. Okay. I would like to be able to do
Brajajanamana Sukakari.
Brajajanamana Sukakari.
Good choice. So Brajajanamana Sukakari on the app. Oh, in the book it's page 366.
And it starts with a B for Braja, with a B-R-A-J-A.
Jana.
And in the app?
B.
B for Braj. Brajajanamana Sukakari. Should I Shri Radhe Brajajanamana Sukakari Radhe Shyam Shyama Shyam
Shri Radhe Brajajanamana Sukakari Radhe Shyama Shyama Shyam
Radhe Shyam Shyama Shyam Radhe Shyam Shyama Shyam Radhe Shyam Shyama Brajajanamana Sukakari Radhe Shyam Shyama सद्गुरु की जय, श्री गुरुदेव की जय। Do anything.
Hare
Krishna Shri Gaudiya Varga ki jai, Patit Pavan Shri Narayan Prabhu ki jai, Prem Purushottam Shachinandana Gaura Hari ki jai, Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ji ki jai, Shri Radha Raman Sarkar ki jai, Giriraj Maharaj ki jai, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Be careful when you plug it in. No, don't wiggle it. Put it straight in.
I just realized it wasn't time.
She thought it was the end of the program, so she gave Thakurji star shine.
There you go. So now you get it twice. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Ajnanatimirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Nityanamine Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangam nangayate giring yat kripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam. First of all, I offer my Dandava Pranam thousands of times in the dust of the lotus feet of our beloved Gurudev. Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad astottara Shri Srimad Shri Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. And the same into the dust of the lotus feet of Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad astottara Shri Srimad Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Shri Prabhupada, to our Rupanuga Gauriya Guru Varga, and to all Vaishnavas past, present and future, and all of those who are watching on Facebook Live who are in lockdown, my Dandava Pranam. So today, before we continue with going beyond Vaikuntha, a question was asked, a very important question. For many people, you've seen this formation of worshipping Krishna, Srimati Radhika, Krishna, and Sachinandan Gaurahari, all together. But a devotee asked if I can say something more about this particular method of worshipping Thakurji. How it entered our sampradaya, our worship. So yesterday I spoke a lot about who Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is, what he came to give, what he was experiencing, what he was tasting, and what he wanted to give to this world, through whom he gave what he wanted to give to this world, Srila Rupa Goswami, and what exactly he wanted to awaken in the hearts of all jivas who are present in this world at this time. Raga Marga Bhakti Loke Korite Prachara. So in the past, even at the time of Rupa Goswami, we know that he was worshipping Radha Govinda. After the Muslims attacked, which they did many times, many of the Thakurji of Vrindavan were removed from Vrindavan and brought to other locations. Most of them went to Rajasthan, to Jaipur, Jodhpur, Udaipur, Karoli. So Madan Mohan went to Karoli. If you go to Jaipur, there's the original Govinda Dev, Shri Radha Govinda, Radha Damodar, Radha Gopinath, Radha Vinod. So many Thakurjis are there. If you go to Udaipur, in Natwar, there's Sri Nathji, who is none other than Gopal, who was worshipped by Madhavendra Puri, whom he established on Giriraj Govardhan. So many of the original Thakurji went from Vrindavan to many different places in Rajasthan for protection. At the time of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, there was a big, massive discussion about whether it was appropriate to worship Sri Sri Radha and Krishna together because Radhika is not his wife. And so there were many personalities, even from different sampradayas, from many different classes of Brahmins who were arguing that it is not appropriate to worship Radha and Krishna together because Radha and Krishna are not married, and this might show or encourage people in this world to behave in inappropriate relationships. So they actually endeavored to separate Radhika from Krishna. At that time, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur requested Baladev Vidyabhushan, Prabhu, to establish that it is proper to worship Radha and Krishna together. Baladev Vidyabhushan Prabhu went to Jaipur and he presented Srimad Bhagavatam because they said you need to have a commentary on Vedanta Sutra. So he presented Srimad Bhagavatam as the natural commentary on Vedanta Sutra, which it is mentioned in Shastra. It is the natural commentary on Vedanta Sutra. Vyasadeva himself said it. What is it? Artoyam Brahmasutranam. So he said, yes, this is the natural commentary. They said, yes, but we don't have any commentary from your lineage. You're claiming to be Sampradaya or within Sampradaya, then you need to produce a proper Sampradayic commentary to be accepted within Sampradaya. At that time, Baladev Vidyabhushan did not have much time, so he prayed fervently to Govindaji. And Govindaji himself dictated to Baladev Vidyabhushan Govinda Bhashya. So Baladev Vidyabhushan wrote down everything he received directly from Govindadev, and this became known as Govinda Bhashya. This is a special commentary on Vedanta Sutra. And within this, he was able to prove that our Sampradaya is bona fide, that we are coming in a particular lineage, and that worship of Radha and Krishna is acceptable. Not only acceptable, but ultimately appropriate, proper, and the right thing, and the best thing. So from that, even today in Jaipur, we have the worship of Sri Sri Radha Govindaju. Now, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, he established many, many temples. And in all of these temples, he established Gauranga with Gandharvika Giridhari. Now, what is the purpose of this and why? If we understand Gaur Tattva, if we understand who Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is, if we understand the essence of who he is, it's all given in Shastra as well. There it is said, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahe Anya. There is no difference between Radha Krishna and Shri Krishna Chaitanya. He is, as I mentioned yesterday, Krishna himself. Krishna himself accepting the bhavs, Radhika's bhavs of Srimati Radhika, all of her moods of love for Krishna. Radha bhava duty suvalitam. Srila Govinda Maharaja explains that because that bhav was fully saturated within him, it naturally manifested that Gauranga complexion. Although he is Krishna himself, he is experiencing these bhavs, and the complexion of those bhavs is Gaurangi or Gauranga, golden complexion. He is, in essence, the form of Radha and Krishna's love. Therefore, he is called the Prem Murti of Radha and Krishna, the form of Radha and Krishna's love and affection. As our Param Gurudev Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj so appropriately gave that beautiful Ashtakam, Radha Vinod Bihari Tattva Ashtakam. Related directly to this place, just next door we have Imlitala. And so related to that place, he writes, Radha Chintani Veshena Yasya Kantir Vilopita Shri Krishna Charanam Vande Radha Lingita Vigraham. This relates to Radha Vinod Bihari. So we have Radha Vinod Bihari here. Srila Gurudev gave them that name. Why is Krishna golden? Being so absorbed, Radha Chinta Niveshena, thinking of Srimati Radhika in deep absorption. He was thinking so deeply, absorbing himself, obsessing himself on Srimati Radhika, that she completely embraced him. Radha Alingita means to be embraced. Radha Alingita. From all aspects, our Gurudev said, completely covered. I don't know, right now I'm thinking of like a chocolate dipped strawberry. Completely covered. Completely covered every part of Krishna with her embrace. Well, it's a reasonable analogy there. Sweetness and sweetness all the way through. And full of ras, full of flavor. So completely embracing Krishna, he took this form of Gauranga, desiring to experience the bhavs, the love that Srimati Radhika has for Krishna. So in essence, he himself is non-different from them. And because we are coming in his line, and because it is imperative that we establish that absolute truth, the absolute truth that he is non-different, and it is revealed in all scriptures, hundreds and thousands of locations within all scriptures, all Puranas, all Shastras, including Mahabharata, Srimad Bhagavatam. Also Sri Ram himself is telling Sita, they were in Mamgachi, and Ram is telling, in the future I will come and I will be here and I will take sannyas, and you will have to be at home. He's telling Sita. So this is all historic. In Srimad Bhagavatam it is told that he is Krishna himself. Krishna varnam tusha krishnam sangopan ashta parshadam yagyai sankirtana paraya yajanti hi sumedasa. In so many different places it is said, in Kali Yuga he will manifest as a sannyasi and he will preach the Yuga Dharma, but also specifically telling what his function is, who he is and what his nature is. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada established everywhere Gaur, Radha, Gandharvika, Giridhari. Gaur, Gandharvika, Giridhari. Gandharvika means Srimati Radhika, Giridhari means Krishna, and Gaur is with them. Where does this manifest? In the conversation between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Raya Ramananda in Godavari. There, Mahaprabhu is asking Raya Ramananda so many questions. And Raya Ramananda is completely shocked. I've never heard these kinds of questions before. And then he realized, actually, you are inspiring everything which is manifesting from my mouth. You're just using my mouth as a mouthpiece for what you already know. Raya Ramananda was telling this to Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu was asking him, what is the best, highest thing? And the first thing Raya Ramananda says is, Varnashram Dharma. Mahaprabhu is like, go more, deeper, further. Raya Ramananda says, give up all varieties of dharma and just surrender unto Krishna. And then, I will free you from all simple reaction. Mahaprabhu says, you need to go further because there might be some karma kanda. To become free from simple reaction, then I will surrender to Krishna. Go further. Then Raya Ramananda said, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer, whatever you give away in charity, do as an offering unto Krishna. Mahaprabhu was like, no, you need to go further. Because here you're thinking that You are the doer and you are going to give something to Krishna, but actually everything is already Krishna's. So even this is not perfect. Radha Ramananda is going, wow. So Mahaprabhu is carrying him forward in a conversation. Very deep conversation. Finally, we talked about this the other day on, Vasanti Ras, Krishna Vasanti Ras. That pastime where Srimati Radhika's greatness is proven as the topmost superior greatness, even above all other gopis. And at that point, Mahaprabhu said, okay, enough.
Covered his mouth.
Yes, he covered the mouth of Radha. Don't say anymore, basically. The world is not, Lokic persons are not ready or able to digest or hear any more than this. And yet, at that point, Rai Ramananda was completely befuddled. He was seeing Mahaprabhu. And then he was seeing a beautiful dark figure and a beautiful golden doll. And then he was seeing Mahaprabhu again, and he was becoming a bit dizzy, mesmerized. What is this I'm seeing? I'm seeing you. Now I'm seeing Radha and Krishna. Now I'm seeing you. And then Rai Ramananda realized Mahaprabhu was giving him darshan of who he is. He is Radha and Krishna combined in one form. So for Radha Krishna Jugal in that one form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Rai Ramananda saw this. He had this divine vision. And so all of our Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas, they acknowledge, they understand, and they see, based on not only what we have received from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita and Chaitanya Bhagavat, but also from all Shastras, that Mahaprabhu is none other than Krishna himself, who is also united, tasting the moods of Srimati Radhika, Radha Bhava Duty Sivalitam, Nomi Krishna Swarupam. Did you want to add?
I just wanted to ask you to explain that when he's with Radha and Krishna, he's different than when he's with Nityananda Prabhu in the bhav there.
Yes. So in this form, because Radha and Krishna, they always have praying for one another. And in transcendental subjects, we understand that every word is a song. Every thought has a manifestation. Every bhav of Srimati Radhika takes a form. Every mood of her love and affection for Krishna manifests a particular form. Every gopi, every manjari, even Mother Yashoda, everyone, everything is a form of Radhika's love and affection for Krishna. And she has unlimited varieties of love and affection for Krishna. As I told yesterday, Prabhupada and our Gurudev, they both mentioned that Mother Yashoda is the embodiment of Srimati Radhika's Vatsalya Prem for Krishna. So everything, every bhav, every mood takes shape, takes form, and engages in seva. So the love of Radha and Krishna also take a form. That love, we've seen it take a form near Govardhan, in a place called Prem Sarovar, where Radha and Krishna, in deep love, Radhika is experiencing Madanakya Mahabhav, and she's melting in praying for Krishna, and Krishna seeing her melting in praying, experiencing this highest bhav, he also melts in praying, and their praying manifests as this lake known as Prem Sarovar. This is their mixing. So this is another form. We also have this form. No, it's okay. We have this form, Radha Raman. Radha Raman is also the form of Radha and Krishna combined in one form. And then we have Sri Shachinandan Gaurahari. He is also the form of Radha and Krishna in one form. So their Prem Murti is present there. In this form, when he is with Radha and Krishna, he is considered to be non-different from them. He is the form of their love and affection. And there he is tasting this Prem Ras, Niryash, Korite Ashvadan. He's experiencing and tasting this highest Prem. in that form. When he is with Sri Nityananda Prabhu, his bhav is a little different. And so we worship him according to his bhav, with his mood. With Nityananda Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is as universal guru. He is teaching. He's preaching. And at that time, you do not disturb his bhav by enforcing on him that you are this or you are that. You are Krishna. In the form here, he's with Radha and Krishna as Rai Ramananda is seeing him. That he is non-different from them. But when he's with Nityananda Prabhu, he's completely in the bhav of sadhak. He's in the mood that I am a devotee. So then we don't disturb that mood. So someone asked once to our Gurudev, you have Radha and Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, where is Nityananda Prabhu? And our Gurudev explained that Nityananda Prabhu is Akhanda Guru Tattva, the unbroken, complete, whole Guru Tattva. And he manifests in front of us directly in the form of our Sri Gurudev. Whoever our pure Guru is, then that is the manifestation of Nityananda Prabhu in our life. So we may worship Gaur and Nityananda together. And this will bring amazing inspiration for moving forward on the path of bhakti, because they are coming as Guru to help us to move forward on the path of bhakti. Also some, like Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur, established Gaur Gadadhar together. And this is a very deep, intimate understanding of Gaur Tattva, who Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is, what he has come to taste. And this is also correct. And Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, mostly he installed Radha and Krishna, and separate from them Gaur Nitai, separate from them Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, Sudarshan, and sometimes also Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman. But in Mayapur, he established Gaur, Radha, Madhava in the wake of his Gurudev. The small ones, Mahaprabhu is there with Radha and Madhava. It's coming from the up there too. That one's open. So, he established Gaur, Radha, Madhava. In most Gaudiya Math temples, you see Gauranga with Radha and Krishna together. Because this is how Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada established them. So we understand that there are many different ways, many different aspects or forms of how to worship Thakurji. We also worship Nityananda Prabhu. And we worship Gurudev. We worship Gaur with Nitai. But when Radha and Krishna are there, you cannot have Baladev Prabhu with them. And this is an important thing. Brajendra Nandana Jay Shachishruto Hoilo She Balarama Hoilo Nitai. So Krishna himself, Brajendra Nandan Shyamasundar, has manifested as Sachisuta Gaurachandra, Sri Sachinandan Gaurahari. And Balaram himself, the older brother of Krishna, has manifested as Sri Nityananda Prabhu. If you understand something about the nature of relationships, especially within Vedic culture or Indian culture, the husband and wife never meet intimately in front of the older brother of the husband. In the same way, Radha and Krishna will never feel comfortable to meet if Baladev Prabhu is right there. It is not considered appropriate. When the older brother is there, generally you will see the wife of his younger brother will cover her head. She will take a very shy and distant position. This is part of Indian culture. So our Gurudev and our Acharyas have explained that Srimati Radhika will never meet with Krishna directly in front of Baladev Prabhu. Of course, he has forms in many different rasas, and as Ananga Manjari, she may meet with Krishna in front of Ananga Manjari, but not directly in front of Baladev Prabhu. So it's important that when we're worshipping Thakurji, that we also give them some distance. You don't worship Radha and Krishna right with Sitaram, right with Nrsingadev. Like our Gurudev said, if you're worshipping Nrsingadev with Radha and Krishna at Nishanta Leela time, this is very disturbing to their pastime. Because at that time, they're in a very sensitive, very intimate place in their hearts. And if you throw Nrsingadev into the mix, it can create some fear or confusion. So this is called rasa bhas. We don't want to mix everything together. And also devas. We don't put the devas there with Radha and Krishna.
Tell what Srila Prabhupada said to Kanti Punja.
Jagannath Prabhu.
Jagannath Prabhu, yes.
So when Srila Prabhupada went to the house of Jagannath Prabhu in Fiji, there Jagannath Prabhu had Krishna, Srimati Radhika, Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman, so many murtis, Ganesh, Durga, so many, Mahadev, everyone all at the same place. And Srila Prabhupada,
the devotees were telling Prabhupada, look, they're all sitting together, yes. Prabhupada, tell him.
So the devotees were trying to get Prabhupada to tell him that, he should instruct Jagannath Prabhu to move the devas from the same altar as Radha and Krishna. Srila Prabhupada was so expert in how to deal. He knew that Jagannath Prabhu understood Indian culture, and in most Indian homes, especially those who have even a little wealth, they understand when they have people who help them. People, servants, people who live in their homes, who help to clean and like that, or help to cook. So he said to him, when you're taking your lunch or your dinner, does the servant sit at the same table as the master? He said no. That's all Prabhupada had to say to him. Then he understood that Krishna is the supreme and all others are his servants. So then he adjusted the altar as such, understanding that all of the devas, yes, they are so high, but they are still servants of Krishna. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, so many worship the devas for material benedictions, but they're doing so in the wrong way. They do not understand that I am the source of all of their potency and power.
And also, if there are many different forms of Krishna, like Ram, Sita, Lakshman, and Hanumanji, or there's Lakshmi, Narayan, or there is Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra, or even Gornitai on the same altar, he would say to keep a partition in between them so the rasas don't mix.
You've all heard this? Sudevi just told it. So we don't want to mix the rasas. This is called rasavas.
It's all one.
You don't want to put salt in your sweet rice. Basically, this is the point. Certain preps require salt, and they're so amazing with salt, but other preparations are disturbed when you throw salt in the mix. So we should worship Krishna appropriately for his rasas. For example, our Gurudev explained, and Shastra also explains, that when Mahaprabhu would see Jagannath, he would only see him from the bhava of Srimati Radhika as Sakshat Rajendranandan, directly Krishna in Vrindavan. So Mahaprabhu he would stand in such a way, because he's experiencing Radhika's bhav. Think about it. If Radhika is there, she cannot meet with Krishna directly in front of Balaram. So in order for her to meet with Krishna, she would have to stand in such a way that she could not see Baladev and Baladev could not see her. In this case, Mahaprabhu is standing in such a way that he cannot see Baladev and Subhadra, because he's in the bhav of Srimati Radhika, seeing her Shyam Sundar, Sakshat Prajendranandan. Yes, he would stand in such a way that he could not see them and that they could not see him, because he was seeing Jagannath as Braj Krishna. This is a very important point. So worshipping of Sachinandan Gaurahari like this with Radha and Krishna in this form, this is as Rai Ramananda saw them. So it is non-different, proper and appropriate. He is the form of their love and affection, their Prem Murti, their combination. Therefore it is said, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna, Nahe Anya. But this is all very technical, but it's also very necessary if we want to progress on the path of bhakti, to be able to understand, because bhakti means what is for Krishna's pleasure, what is for his happiness, what is for his benefit, that we don't superimpose our own material ideals or ideas onto Krishna in a way that might disrupt his rasa. In the same way that Parvati, Uma, when she went in front of Ram and was posing as Sita, saying, I'm here, Ram, and he's searching, weeping and crying, where are you, Sita? And she kept standing in front of him, blocking his way, I'm here, I'm here. Finally Ram said, please don't disturb my Leela. You know, please, he said, please mother, don't disturb my Leela. Like that. So we don't want to disturb the Leela of the Lord. We dress them appropriately. We address them appropriately. We worship them according to their bhav, how they are expressing and experiencing. When Ram wants to perform his Leela, then we do not disturb his Leela. We accept that he's performing his pastime and accept it as that. We don't want to superimpose some ideal, our mundane ideal, onto his Leela. In the same way, we're not superimposing anything here. He is the form of their love and affection, so there is not only no harm, but it is completely proper and appropriate to worship this form of Sachidananda Gaurahari, who is the Prem Murti of Radha and Krishna, to worship him along with them in this form. I hope that's clear. If there are any questions, please feel free to send them. Now we will continue with Going Beyond Vaikuntha. As I told yesterday, this is the Gurudev's Bhav Anubad commentary on Brihad Bhagavatamrita by Sri Sanatan Goswami. First he's checking or examining the gradation of devotees, and then he's telling the progression of the jiva to perfection. There's two main parts of Brihad Bhagavatamrita. So, before I begin, I would like to offer the pranam mantra that Srila Raghunath Das Goswami has composed for Sanatan Goswami. Vairaga Juga Bhakti Rasam Prayatnair Apayanan Mam Anubhipshamandam Kripam Budirya Paradu Kuduki Sanatanastwang Prabhumashrayami. And I'm praying in the lotus feet of Sri Sanatan Goswami and our Srila Gurudev that may even a drop of their moods which are present on these pages manifest within our hearts. So yesterday, Srila Gurudev was telling how when anyone comes to their qualified guru, one of the best sevas you can do that is so pleasing to your guru is to ask questions that are appropriate and that help you to progress on the path of bhakti. This is so important. So many times people would come to Sri Guru and ask them some questions about mundane things, like I was thinking about working as a doctor, but maybe what do you think? Should I be a doctor or should I just be a pharmacist? And that's not a proper question to Gurudev. It's actually just taking his time and disturbing his own internal meditation. But if you ask Gurudev questions which are relevant for increasing or moving forward on the path of bhakti, this causes pleasure to manifest in the heart of Gurudev. And this is really our hope. If we can somehow or other please Sri Guru, if Guru is pleased, then Krishna will automatically be pleased. Guru Kripa Bina Nahi Koi Sadhana Bal. Without the mercy of Gurudev, we can't even move one step forward on the path of sadhana. So that directly relates to the question which was asked, what is my goal? First thing. And what is the process to attain my goal? That's the second thing. So the goal means sadhya. The process to attain the goal is sadhana. If you are going to be doing sadhana, then it means that you must necessarily have a particular goal. Otherwise, it cannot be known as sadhana. It might be sukriti building. I'll give you an example of sukriti building. Once there was a wedding party. And this wedding party was due to arrive on the other side of the river, some miles down, at a particular time. So everyone went onto the boat. The owners who were supposed to go to this party, they went down underneath and they were busy taking all kinds of intoxications. And they ordered the boatman that you should row. So the boatmen were rowing and they woke up in the morning and they saw, hey, we haven't gone anywhere. We haven't gone anywhere. And then the boatman said, but we've been rowing all night. Look at us, we're sweating, we're struggling. And so they said, well, what happened? And then they realized, oh, we forgot to untie the boat from the dock. So why I'm saying this is an example of sukriti, but still not attaining the destination. Because these boatmen were working very hard. So they were developing their strength. They were developing their muscles. But still they didn't go anywhere. So when we are doing activities that appear to be on the path of bhakti, so many activities, this builds spiritual strength so that when we are ready to run on the path, to run on the path means you must have a goal, then when we focus on that goal, we're strong to be able to run on that path. So it's not a bad thing to do so many things on the path of bhakti, but still we won't get anywhere until we actually fix our goal. And this is not us fixing our goal because we cannot see. We don't know what's going on behind our head. We don't know what's going on even within our body. How do we know what's going on inside of our soul? So yesterday we spoke in depth about this. What's going on in my soul must be diagnosed by a tattva darshi. One who is a knower, a seer, an experiencer of the truth. This is a tattva darshi. They can diagnose what is the particular nature of my soul. Just like a seed. What is its nature? What kind of nourishment should it receive to be able to grow to its perfection? So, that tattvadarshi, from now I'll refer to him as, or her as Shri Guru, will diagnose what is the nature of our soul and will give us the appropriate actions in bhakti, the appropriate sadhana to awaken and to attain our particular perfection. If they diagnose that deep inside, in our soul, our seed is as an eternal devotee of Sri Ram, then when they give us Mahamantra, they will tell us that by this Mahamantra, you should meditate on the pastimes of Sri Ram. Chant and remember the sweet pastimes of Ram, if you are Ram Bhakta. If you're a Krishna Bhakta, then your Guru will say, chant Harinam and remember the sweet pastimes of Krishna. This makes sense. This is what will nourish our forward progress toward our goal. It's not that we neglect or reject the pastimes of Ram, as we just proved in the previous days. We spoke so much about Ram, but our perspective as Krishna Bhaktas is that Keshava Dritta Rama Sharira Jai Jagadisha Hare. Our Krishna has manifested in this beautiful form as Ram. Jai Krishna, Jai Krishna. And for a Ram Bhakta, they will see the pastimes of Krishna and think, oh, my Ram has appeared in such a beautiful form as Krishna. Jai Ram, Jai Ram. This is called one-pointed or ekantik bhav. So, coming to the point, sadhana means the activities that one undertakes to attain a particular goal, which is sadhya. And to ask these questions to Gurudev is very pleasing to his heart. looks like we bounced back a little bit. Oh, there we are. Sorry. So Gurudev said yesterday, therefore from the very beginning of our spiritual practice, we must know what is sadhan and what is sadhya. From the very beginning of our spiritual practice. It's imperative. Otherwise, we can just be hopelessly lost for years or lifetimes even. Wandering. Which path should I take? And by traveling along this path, what will I attain? This knowledge is given only in a real sampradaya. And in some sampradayas, we don't even find this. So the fact that we've received this by the mercy of Mahaprabhu is really extremely fortunate. We are experiencing extreme fortune by coming into this line where we're able to receive knowledge of this, like Sanatan Goswami, who composed Brihad Bhagavatamrita, compiled, from his transcendental vision. The first questions he asked Mahaprabhu, who am I? Why am I here? Why am I suffering the threefold miseries? What is my goal? So these existential, essential questions are necessary to begin the path of bhakti. Gopkumar said to the Brahman, my dear friend, there is little time. I will tell you some things regarding this from my own experience. You already possess the mantra, and you have already obtained the darshan of Mahadev and Parvati Devi. It is possible, in some circumstances, that the mantra alone will give you everything. But without remaining in the appropriate Vaisnava association, it is generally not possible to learn the answer to your question. So by appropriate Vaishnava association, by also serving Vaishnavas, then the potency of that mantra will be revealed. Therefore, in very simple language, I will help you to understand what is sadhya and what is sadhana. I will tell you in sequence, one stage after the other. So only having mantra here, is only receiving mantra, but not having any idea how to enter into that mantra. This can take a very long, long time. And even one may give up their mantra if you're not approaching your mantra with the proper mood. And we've seen it. How many years have we been devotees? 45, 46, 47 years? And you can see how many devotees, even after 45 years, are still doing shnik, 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 and they feel like I haven't moved one step forward on the path of bhakti. There's no depth in the chanting. It's like I have to finish my 16 or my 32 or even 64. And these days, people are chanting like 5, 6 lakhs. I don't know how, but they are. And if you're not entering into Harinam or chanting your mantras with a mood, then how do you expect those mantras to reciprocate? Krishna says, I reciprocate according to the way I am approached. When I was little, they used to say, just hear the sound. So, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Only hearing the sound. Or they used to say, think of nothing. So my idea of nothing when I was little was to think of either a blank slate, either white or just blackness. Now I'm looking back and thinking, the blank slate was nirvishesh and the blackness was shunyavad. To think of a blank slate, then Krishna would reciprocate accordingly with blank. And to think of nothing, Krishna would reciprocate accordingly and give me nothing. So our Gurudev always instructed, chant and remember the sweet pastimes of Krishna. This is how imperative it is to be under the guidance of Vaishnavas, of pure devotees who have taste. Why would I just want to hear my own aparad chanting for hundreds of lifetimes or thousands of lifetimes? Srimad Bhagavatam tells, Dharmasvanishtita pungsam vishvaksena katasya notpade jariratim shrama eva hi kevalam. All of the activities, all of the endeavors that one performs, our Gurudev said, even those on the path of bhakti, if it somehow does not bring about an awakening of rati, attraction for hearing the beautiful glories of Krishna, shrama eva hi kevalam. It is all considered hard, useless labor. And you can read in Secret Truths of the Bhagavatam, chapter 2. There, Srila Gurudev is telling that even if you are chanting lakhs of Harinam and worshipping thousands of Shalagram Shilas, but if it doesn't bring that about, then there's some problem with your practice. So there should be an entrance into mantra chanting with an intention, with a mood, with a hope, with an aspiration, with a goal. And this mood, hope, aspiration, intention, goal is fixed, is confirmed in the association of Sajati Ashay Snigdha Vaisnavas. That kind of Sangha, who is giving me shelter, who is helping me, and who is affectionately disposed toward me to help me to move toward my ultimate goal of loving service to Krishna. So it is imperative, as we were talking yesterday, Tishtan Rajetat Anuragi Jananugami, under the guidance of Vaishnavas. Bhakti must always be in Anugatya. This is one of the main principles of bhakti, that it is under guidance of a dear devotee of the Lord. So, here, Gop Kumar is telling, I will tell you in very simple language and help you understand, in sequence, one stage after the other. If I immediately tell you about Braja Prem, the Prem of the Gopis, or the Prem of Srimati Radhika, or if I immediately tell you how Sri Krishna, Nandanandan, Natavarashyama Sundar Radha Kanta, is alone our most worshipful deity, you will not understand. If I tell you first about the intimate pastimes of Radha and Krishna, you will not understand. So I will explain the gradation involved, and according to your specific internal nature, you will catch a particular sentiment. So I will explain the gradation involved, and according to your specific internal nature, you will catch a particular sentiment. This is a very important sentence here. There's a verse in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kavanai Shravanari Shuddha Chite Kore Udoy. That it is not to be had from any outside source. It is already inherent within us. The intrinsic nature of each soul to serve Krishna in a particular way. And you can read the commentaries of Srila Prabhupada there. I remember when our Gurudev traveled around the world in 1996, he would have Shyamarani Didi read these passages, one after another, from Prabhupada's books, and then he would lecture on them and confirm from them that yes, this is the teaching of my Gurudev. This is the teaching of Srila Bhaktivedanta Sridhar Maharaj. This is the understanding of all of the senior most disciples of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, including his understanding, and definitely the understanding of Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur, which means it is the understanding of all of our Rupanuga Guru Varga, which means it is the truth. Because Bhaktivedanta Thakur is known as Saptam Goswami, the seventh Goswami, and we are known as those who are in Bhaktivedanta Dhara, which means we accept the conceptions from our Gurudev as they have accepted them from Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur. We do not jump over the heads of our Guru Parampara and assume that we understand the very distant predecessor acharyas. Bhaktivedanta Thakur has understood Srila Jiva Goswami. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada has understood Srila Jiva Goswami. Our Param Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Pragyam Keshava Goswami Maharaj, our Srila Prabhupada, our Srila Gurudev, they have understood Srila Jiva Goswami, and they have given their understanding. In this case, our Gurudev said, don't try to take your own understanding. You should accept the understanding of your Gurudev and your Guru Varga. So this is an important teaching. In this case, he's explaining that if I just tell you, if I just go right to the highest thing, you won't be able to understand. And this is also the principle in Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada and most of our Guru Varga, they have given very strong warnings that one shouldn't just jump all of a sudden to the 10th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, that they should understand Krishna progressively from the beginning. Janmadhyasya Tondayadi Taritaschattesha Vidyasvarat. From there, moving through the first 9 cantos, then coming to the 10th canto, we should not just jump to the highest, most intimate, topmost secret. So Gopkumar began his own life story. I took birth in the home of a milkman at Govardhan. When I was a little grown up, my parents would send me to take the cows out for grazing. Taking the cows out to graze, drinking milk and playing with my friends. It was the carefree life of a young cowherd boy. My friends and I were fearless. We could even fight without fear of being rebuked. The relationships between people there were real and intimate, and this is how I grew up. Is it time? I can't see the clock.
It's quite late.
Or is it late? Okay, so actually this point is very deep and very important, what we were speaking before. I didn't realize, because the door is open, I can't see the clock, that it was so late, but it's essential. And it's also very exciting. We should understand also that it may be that in previous lifetimes we have heard and done and gone through all of these other processes and heard these subjects. It's not necessarily appropriate that for our entire life we should avoid topics of Krishna and Vrindavan. Some people have this idea, oh, it's too high for me, so I should avoid it forever. So we don't hear about the gopis' love for Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam says, Vikriditam Vrajavadubiridam cha Vishnum Shradhanviton Shriyat Atavarnayadya Bhaktim Param Bhagavatim Pratilabhya Kama Hridrogam Ashvapahinota Chirena Dhira. What is the cure for the heart disease of lust? It is hearing of the pastimes, the Rasalila pastimes of Krishna with the gopis. This implies that if you do have lust in your heart, then you need to replace it or dovetail that lust from being your own self-serving lust to transcendental aprakrita kam. It needs to be dovetailed instead of self-serving toward the serving of the transcendental senses of Krishna. By hearing of that kind of transcendental divine love, the heart will be purified, and that lust, which is self-centered, atmendriya pritivansha tarebalekam, the desire to satisfy one's own senses, this is known as lust. Krishnendriya priti icha dhare premanam. And the desire or the tendency to serve the transcendental senses of Krishna, this is known as prem. So how to transfer or to dovetail our self-serving, lustful tendencies into transcendental, loving service to Krishna. This is the main subject of all of our scriptures. So we will continue tomorrow. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to remember all of these beautiful points of our Gurudev and Guru Parampara. Haribol. Ready? I don't know. Hare Krishna, सच्चिदानंद गौर हरि श्री राधा विनोद बिहारी जी की जय। श्री राधा रमन सरकार की जय। विराज महाराज की जय। गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि। गोविंद नाम परमात्मे गोविंद नाम परमात्मे गोविंद नाम परमात्मे गोविंद नाम राधे 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 जय जय श्री राधे। श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे श्याम गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।
Thank you for joining us. Please come back tomorrow.
राधे राधे हरे
Radhe
कृष्ण।